Hey guys, so my name's Allison. I'm just getting started here. I've never made a video before. So, I would just like to show you guys my makeup collection. I'm going to be a makeup channel. So, first of all, I have the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette, which looks like this. Just recently got this. I have it on my eyes right now, as you can see that pink color right there underneath the brown. Here's a Tarte palette. I believe it was limited edition for fall. It has mostly shimmer shades and also a blush. And it has two mattes right here. So I really like this one. But I have to be honest, I don't really reach for it that often, but I do really like it. Here is my Holy Grail highlighter palette. This is the only highlighter I've ever used. I'm wearing it today, obviously, because it's, like I said, the only highlighter I've ever had to use. So it opens like this. You can see all of the shades right there. Like on this side, I use this shade for my cheeks, and then this shade on my nose. And then I also put a little bit of the second shade like right here, like between my eyes. So there you can see, hopefully you can kind of see that. It also has some contour shades in it too, but I don't really use those. They could be helpful though if you have like the right skin type for that. Here is the first Tarte palette I ever bought. As you can see, it has some mattes and some shimmers. It's not really dominated either way. These two oranges, when I first got this palette, those two oranges were my favorite out of all of these colors. And then these two blues, I don't use those quite as often, but lately I've been really into the pinks and browns in here. And then it also has like some of the best shimmers I've ever used. So there's that. It also has a mirror, as you can see. This I got for Christmas. It's the Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. So I've heard some bad reviews of this, but some good. I really enjoy this palette. It has like a lot of really bold out there shades. I'm very close to hitting pan on this pink shade right there. I know it looks red, but I swear it's pink. I've made a very big dent in that one, and I usually use that pink shade with that, or if I'm gonna do a matte look, then I typically will go for the orange shades, which that looks like a brown, but it's actually a very light orange. Those are similar to the ones in the Tarte palette that I showed you guys earlier. Then down on these two bottom rows, it's all like cool colors. This is a blue and this is a purple. I tend to use the blue more than the purple, but if I do use the purple, then I put it like on the outer side of my eye to kind of give like that pop of a different color. And then I use these metallic shades towards the front, and then I like spread them with my finger so that it looks like kind of an ombre effect. So there you can see that. Now that is all of my eyeshadows. So now we're going to go into the rest of my products. Here I have the Morphe foundation in the shade F2.10. It's very matte, as you can see. It's like the packaging's a little bit dirty, so ignore that. But I really liked this foundation at first, but it is a bit patchy at times. So you do have to be careful if you don't like patchiness. Like I typically struggle with it right here where I have a lot of acne scars. So I usually have to go over that part with it a few times, but I've run into that with all of the foundations I've used. Another foundation I have, which is actually the first foundation I ever bought, is Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Classic Ivory, also called 120. So this is also matte. I used this today. It still has a bit patchiness because, like I said, I've run into that issue with every foundation I've used, so I think it's just my skin rather than the product. But, yeah, this one has a bit less patchiness than the Morphe, actually, and it's significantly cheaper than the Morphe one, so I would recommend this one first. Of course, without primer, you typically can't make your foundation look that good. So I have a primer. This is the only primer I've ever had to purchase. I've been doing makeup for a few years. But I've only been doing like full face makeup for like a year or so. So this is the only one I've ever had to buy because I don't wear foundation every single day. It is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. It has like a gel texture at first, but it feels very silky, like on your skin. Now, onto concealer. I also have two of these. This one is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic concealer. This one is, I don't typically use concealer on my face, but when I do, it is this one. So I really like this, but once again, I don't really use concealer that often, so I don't use this in my everyday routine. Now, my more recent concealer is the Makeup Revolution. It's in the lightest shade that I could find because I use it mostly as an eyeshadow base or like for a cut crease. So of course I wanted that to be the lightest color I could find. Another primer, it's an eye primer. It's from Mary Kay. I actually really like this one. I don't hear very many people talk about it, but I think it's a really good primer. I used it on my eyes today, but I did just recently do my makeup, so of course it wouldn't really show like the all-day wear, but I promise you guys this one is very good. Now on to mascaras. So I didn't have two of everything, I just realized that. But I have two mascaras, of course. The first one is this Tarte Big Ego. I got with, when I bought this palette, the mini Tarte Big Ego mascara came with it. So I got to try it out then, and I really liked it. So I bought the full-sized, and I really like this one. It has like this hourglass shaped, what do you call that? Like brush, I guess. So yeah, I think that the hourglass shaped brushes worked the best from personal experience. Now this one is the Too Faced Better Than Love mascara. I got this at TJ Maxx. I couldn't figure out why it was called that, but here it is. It also has that hourglass shaped brush, and honestly I think they perform very similar. So I think that really mascaras, you can just go for like drugstore or like cheaper instead of higher end, just as long as they have the hourglass shaped brushes. Or not hourglass shaped brushes, that's just what I prefer. I have this little eyebrow spoolie that I use every single day, no matter what I do. So it has like two sides to it. This is like a softer side, and then this is like a comb side, like a plastic comb. Then for my brows, I don't do anything to my brows besides like brush through them, but sometimes I want to make sure that they stay in place after I brush through them. So I use this, it's by Essence. It's the Lash and Brow Mascara. It's clear. It does not have an hourglass shaped brush, obviously, because it's for brows. So that would be kind of weird. So I just use this to keep my brows in place. It obviously doesn't have any color, so it doesn't like make your brows look too dark or anything. So if you have more natural brows like I do, then I would recommend this. I have a few eyeliners, but I don't really use eyeliner, so I won't be talking about those. All right, on to lips. So here I have a ColourPop lippy stick. It's not sure which shade this is, but I really like this. My only problem is that sometimes it's kind of like it transfers very easily, so I don't like that. Also, excuse how messy the packaging is. That happens to be the case for a lot of my makeup, I'm just realizing. Here I have this CoverGirl it's not mascara, it's lipstick. Oh my god. You can see it there. It's like, it's pink, but it has a bit of an orangey tone to it, in my opinion, and it has like a bit of metallic finish to it. I have this by Bite Beauty. It, once again, I can't find the shade. Oh, it's Gloss? I don't know. Glace, whatever that is. This is more like a lip pencil. So in the same shade, the same brand, you have this, it's like tiny because it's a sample, but this is the same shade. It's just like for all around your lips, which this is what I used on my lips today. And then I just like to put a little bit of gloss over it when I'm finished. I spray it with setting spray so many times. Here's the gloss that I use, Vitamin C Oil. That's also from TJ Maxx because I really like TJ Maxx. This is the hashtag Girl Power Liquid Lipstick. It's a very true red. And I really like this one, but once again, it does transfer very easily. So I'm not sure if I would repurchase that, but I might, I don't know. Here is the Manna Beauty Simplified Liquid Lipstick. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Once again, I don't know the shade of this because I never really paid attention to that. I probably should, but I don't. And then I also keep this, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, Hanalei, maybe, lip treatment in the shade Mauve Pink. I think that like when some of this gets in your mouth, it kind of tastes like battery acid, what I'm assuming it tastes like. But it is just like a tinted lip cream or lip treatment, as they call it. And I keep a Carmex in here for before I start my makeup, of course. Now, I have a setting spray. This is the NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting. I got this at Ulta for literally like half off because they just put this little cardboard thing on it that you can just slide right off like it was for Christmas. So it has like that picture on it. But yeah, this is the only setting spray I've ever used, and I think that it performs very nicely, so I've never had a reason to try another one, because if you find something you like, then might as well stick to it. I have two blushes. One is the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. It is in the shade Feisty. That's what it looks like. It had like that cute little design on that. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe like plants and then a path. So I like that one. And then also Pixi by Petra. This is in the shade Beach Rose. There you guys can see that. It has the word like Pixi on it, I think. But I've used it, so it's kind of starting to fade. So I like both of those. I'm not really big on blush, so I don't have very many of them. Just like lip products, I don't really use lip products in my everyday routine, because usually I have to go to school and I don't have a ton of time. Here's my blender. I got this for Christmas. I'm not sure what brand it is, but it isn't Beauty Blender because we don't stand paying $20 for a foam sponge. So there's that. It's very soft. Here is a smaller one. This is from Real Techniques. I got this in like a pack. I think it was like a 5-pack or something like that. And I used this for my eyeshadow base and then like my under eye, like that like little like crease part. So I use this for either using my concealer on my eyes as an eye base or using actual primer that I showed you guys, both of those things. I don't typically set my makeup, so I'm not gonna show you guys that. But that is it of everything that I use on an everyday basis. I hope you guys liked this video. Please subscribe. Bye.